Hello and welcome. Hope you are well. My name's Marie and this is my yarn journey. Just get a sip of my coffee. Don't want this to go cold before we get started. I've got all my stuff piled here, so all ready to show you. No finished objects. Now I thought there potentially could be this week 2 finished objects, but there isn't any. I'll just let you know that if you do want to get in touch with me, everything is down in the description box. So down in the description box, I will list all my whips, and there's also my contact information. And you can support my channel. I've got a link to a Ko-fi account there, and also to my pattern wish list on Ravelry. And anything else that I want to tell you? I don't think so. Oh, I am on Instagram if you want to connect with me over there, and I do have a Discord. But like I say, I do pop all the details in the description box. Also, if you do enjoy watching these videos and you could give my videos a like and you could subscribe to the channel, I would very much appreciate you doing that. I do need to make a little bit of an apology. There's been a delay on the again on the next part of the no frills, but it will be here soon. So for those of you that are following along with making the no frills sweater by Petiteknit, it is on its way, I promise. I'm hoping by the end of the weekend I should have that up for you. If not, latest probably next Tuesday. I have been working away furiously yesterday on the sleeve, so I'll probably show you that first since I'm already talking about it. But I needed to get to the end of the first sleeve so I could record the next part of that video. When I get to the end of the sleeve, I think that will be the end of that video, and then the final one will just be me showing the final finished object once I've done the second sleeve, and possibly blocking and pinning it, but I've not decided on that. But yeah, the sleeve portion should be finished and up for you by the end of the weekend, fingers crossed, if nothing else crops up that I've forgotten about. It's set to be an absolutely beautiful day today. I think it's going to get to around 28. So pretty hot. There won't be much knitting today because I'm working later. Okay, so shall we talk about the first project? If you've watched my podcast, you'll know I've got this in one of my favourite project bags, which is a My Creative Garage one. I call this my coffee bag, but or coffee shop bag. And I will be getting a new one very soon, so that's very exciting. Haven't picked it yet, but I can't wait to see all the options available so I can add to my collection. And let me just see if I can hold this up. I have now finished all the decreases on my first sleeve. Just putting it the right way round for you. This is how it's looking. This is going to be absolutely lovely to wear. I can already tell it's going to be lovely and soft. I've tried it on and yeah, I'm really pleased so far. Just going to be one of those cozy, warm winter sweaters that you just throw on. And yeah, it'll be a wardrobe staple. That's the word I was looking for. It's been very easy to knit. Highly recommend it to any beginners, hence why I've done it for the Beginner Knitter series. And if you've not done a sweater yet, but maybe you've done a raglan t-shirt construction, I'd highly recommend you do this after, because you'll find it very straightforward. What is good about this pattern by Petiteknit, it's not a wordy pattern. All the information you need is there, but I think the pattern's like 5 pages in length, so there's no bump in there. A couple of points in the pattern, bearing in mind that I think this is very much aimed at beginners, I do think she could have elaborated a little bit more and given a few extra stitch counts at certain points, because I do think when you're a beginner it's really helpful to have reference points throughout the pattern where you can check that you are where you should be with your stitch count. But anyway, what is good about this is the increased rate on the raglan is very simple to follow, and it's not, I can't remember the word that you use for that, but anyway, it's not changing throughout doing the raglan. It's all pretty much the same, so it makes it very, very easy. Now, as you can see, I like to do this, and with this pattern she does give you a number of decreases to do on your sleeves. So what I find really useful and helps me so that I don't really have to look at the pattern while I'm knitting this is I put a light bulb stitch marker on every decreased stitch, and then I can count how many decreased rows I have done. So I just do it on the first decrease on a decrease round, so I know how many rounds I've done. And in the pattern she does tell you how many rounds to do and what your ending stitch count should be. Now at this point I need to try this on because I'm ready now to start my ribbing for the cuff. I couldn't think what it was called then, but so that's the next step for me, which I'll probably try it on tomorrow now when I've got a bit more time, and I'll have a look, see if I'm happy with the length on the sleeves and if I want to start the ribbing straight away or add a bit of extra length. Looking at it, it looks like it's a decent length already, so it'll probably be fine, but we shall see. And I'm doing this in a drop yarn, and I think I've said before, but so far the knitting experience has been absolutely wonderful with this drops lemur. And I think, to be fair, it's because it's got the alpaca, and I do like it. It's very, very soft. So it's 65% wool and 35% alpaca, but yeah, it's lovely and soft, very nice to knit with. Be interested to see what it's like when it blocks, and then also if it pills badly or not. I know sometimes they have that first little flurry of pilling, don't they, and then it's, you know, after that. But and I think alpaca can be quite, it comes out quite a bit in the beginning as well. Not sure why my words aren't coming out very well, but yeah, like I say, I've been working furiously on that the last day or so to try and get it done so I can get this video up. It's not normally something that I'd probably be drawn to working on at the moment because it's a big woolly winter sweater, and to be fair, it was just a yarn that I did buy for that originally, and I had not gotten around to knitting that sweater, and it'll be really nice to have it off the needles and in the wardrobe waiting for when the temperatures do cool down. It's just my pull at the moment really is to be knitting on summer tops, and another thing that I'm knitting on is another big woolly thing. But that's because I have so many works in progress that I am trying to get through. So oh no, I'm actually going to save that till last. So my next project that I'm going to talk to you about is in this little beautiful bag. Now I haven't done a lot of this, and we had a big discussion last week about what I was going to do. Weighing my yarn, doing all this. Have I done any of that? No, not yet. And I've only done a few rows on this since you last saw it. And that's because while I was editing the video, oh, I've got a knot there. Surely not. I don't know what's happened there. There seems to be a knot in the arm. Anyway, I have not made a lot of progress on this. Like I say, I think I've only done a few rounds on it while I was editing. I am still going to do what I said. I just haven't had chance because I've been distracted by the other project that I'm working on. So yeah, I do want to get this finished because I think it's going to be absolutely lovely to wear and probably quite good, not for 28 degrees, but certainly for, it'll still be okay in warmer days in the UK, I'd say. And this is the Everyday Attitude top by Susanne Sommer. And I'll remind you again of the yarns, although I'm talking about the same projects again because it's not finished. I actually, when I recorded last week's podcast and was looking at these two projects, I really thought, oh, those two will be done by next week. When I get on to talking to you about the other project that I'm working on, you will probably understand why I haven't got them finished. So it's Craft House Magic for the main colour in the Everyday Attitude top, and it's in colour Night Shift, and that's a 75-25 sock yarn. And then my Christmas Day skein from Blue Fern, which is my contrast colour. And yes, I'm playing a bit of yarn chicken on that. And I will go ahead and do everything what I said. So I'm going to do a centre pull to remind you from the main colour. I'm going to do the finishing on the neck. I'm going to do the finishing on the arms. Then I am going to do one round, weigh it before and after so I know how many rounds I use, how many grams I use in one round, and then hopefully then I'll be able to work out for the 10 rounds I need 10 rounds for the folded hem at the bottom, and then what I am going to do is I'm going to do my pearl round in the main colour as well, and then the contrast will be on the reverse side of the folded hem, just because I've got a bit more of that left, and hopefully that will give me enough length. If it ends up where it's too cropped to wear with trousers or pants, I could always wear it with a skirt, which obviously I can pull up a little bit higher. So I have got options. I don't know yet what, I've not come up with something that I'm going to definitely be wearing it with, but I'm not sure if I showed you this properly, but this is the Tea Cake and Makes bag, and I got this one from East Anglia Yarn Festival, and AJ's got the same one as me, as she got it sent to her in a prize. And my final project that I've been working on, and also in my other, well, I've got 3 Tea Cake and Makes bags in total, I think. The other one's my little flowery sock one, which I've used to death. And this is Appledore DK by John Arben in the colourway Quench. And I thought this would also be finished, but this is the first time I have done, I'm wondering if I can try this on actually and show you. It's the first time I have done a double knit button band. Now, excuse, there is quite a few ends here because I've done all my buttonholes. It is this is the Midland cardigan by Laura Penrose. Now, I haven't tried this on since I started doing the button band, I managed to do the pickup rate that she recommended. Now let me see if I can actually, which I should be able to, pop this on. Sorry if I'm out of shot. Okay. Now this is the first time. Now I can't even see myself. As you can see, I've just gone past the neckline there. Look, I really do think that this, I can't believe how long this double knit button band has taken me to knit. But if I just pull this across, you might get an idea of how it's going to look. Where's the top? That's the top button there. I'd say it's going to be about there. I think this is going to be a perfect fit on me. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. I was worried because obviously this is the frogged yarn and it's, I've got a pulled stitch there. I'll have to sort that out. Yeah, it was the frogged yarn. I didn't soak it, which I'm now realising I really should have done to make it the best I could. But overall, for my, will this be my first finished cardigan? I do have another cardigan on the needles, but yeah, I think this is going to be lovely. I can feel it quite prickly on my arms. Hopefully after a few wears that will decrease, because I know that I've had yarns that have done that before. This is probably not a yarn that I would buy again. I went for this initially because of the colour. I saw Laura Penrose had knit a sweater in this colourway and I just fell in love with it. And I think that looking at how this is fitting on me, I do think that this, once blocked, is going to be a lovely again, another staple in my wardrobe. Because I just think that it'll go with anything, and it'll be quite an easy one just to throw on over stuff, and I think that it will be quite a warm layer. Highly recommend if you haven't done a double knit button band before. I'm really impressed. It's not hard to knit. It's very time consuming because you're doing double the amount of knitting and you're slipping stitches, but I do think for this cardigan especially, it means that you've got a much neater finish, because I think the garter stitch can look a little bit scruffy, but then when you've got the this double knit button band, it gives it more of a professional finish. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting this finished. I'm in the final parts now, as you can see, with the button band, hoping that definitely by next podcast, next Friday, I really am hoping that I will have this. Sorry, I'm getting myself in a bit of a yarn tangle here. I need to go around the back of me. That I will have this finished. Yeah, so overall I think this has ended up being a much more of a success than I was expecting, because I really had a few moments while I've been knitting this project that I've thought, you know, I wasn't sure about it at all. Looking at it now with the fit and everything, it might be one that I do knit again in another, in a more softer yarn. Even that that drops yarn will probably be good, that I'm doing the no frills in, because I think that it'll make a nice cardigan. But yeah, really pleased. Oh, what buttons should I use? You know, with it, I'll put it up to camera a bit closer. Because because I'm not really sure. All the buttons that I've got in stash were for when I was doing the Calm Down cardigan, and I was trying to pair them with the my brain today, it's not working, is it? Pair them with that purple yarn, that pinky purple Isla yarn. So when I've picked up buttons, I think I've just picked up ones that look suitable for that. And I don't think that they're not going to go with this cardigan either. And also I'd like to make it so that this, because it's quite, although it's got the rainbow in the yarn, I want this to be an everyday sort of cardigan that can be with every, you know, go with most things. So I'm thinking probably wood. Now, there was a gentleman doing wooden buttons at East Anglia Yarn Festival, so I thought it might be quite good to look on there. But if you've got any suggestions, any Etsy sellers or any online stores that, you know, deliver to the UK and that you think would stock nice buttons that would go with that, then I'd love some recommendations. And that was the final project that I wanted to talk to you about today. And yeah, I've surprisingly, I've really enjoyed doing that double knit button band, although at first I was like, this is going so slowly, but now I'm round the top of the neck and I'm heading down the other side and the finish line is in sight. I'm definitely looking forward to it being finished, and if I can get it finished over this weekend while it's this nice hot weather, I should be able to get it blocked and dried within a day, which will be great. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is a couple of new patterns have been released this week, and I'll put photos up as I talk about them. Highly recommend both of these designers. I do like their patterns, and so the first one that I'm going to talk to you about is a yarn, and the yarn pairing that I've decided on for this is one that you've seen the last couple of weeks. I've been umming and ahhing about what to make with this yarn, and it's this one, which is the linen cotton blend, which I'm very excited to knit with. Both these patterns are DK patterns. The first one is from Tanis Lavalelli, if that's how you say it. I can never pronounce her surname. She goes by Tanis Fibre Arts. I have knit the Rocket Tee from her before, and she's got a couple of other patterns that I am looking forward to knitting, but the one that I am going to be knitting with this yarn is the Ostara tank, and that is the latest thing that she's released. She also has a Ostara cardigan as well, which looks quite nice, quite an oversized drapey cardigan, but it has this same textured stitch pattern. Now it's got a lovely V-neck on this tank, and yeah, it was the stitch pattern that drew me in really, and the neckline, because I thought it looked really lovely. Definitely looks like it's a bra friendly top, which is a plus for me, and it's one that could be worn for yeah, hot summer days or evenings, and I think this yarn will be great for it. Now I will be plain yarn chicken, but the good thing about this vest is it's knit top down, so that means that I'll just be able to pretty much knit until I absolutely run out of yarn, if possible. It's calling for 439 meters. Now I don't know from her patterns if she's generous with her meterage, but that's what it asks for my size. And I have 400 and, well, I might just be over the meterage, to be fair, because I'll have 448. So yeah, I'm just quite close. So hopefully that will be absolutely fine, and I can get this lovely tank done in this. I'm hoping that I will be casting this on at some point at the weekend. And yeah, it's a broken rib texture. I highly recommend this designer. So you know, I don't know, she did have a discount on the pattern when it was released, but I don't know if that will have gone off now. Discount was on the vest and on the cardigan. So I'm very excited to get that cast on. I don't think it'll take long to knit. Broken rib's not hard to knit, and it's DK, so it knits a little bit faster than a fingering would. And the second pattern that was released is the Winnie Top by Lily Kate France. I've done a few of her patterns now. Really like her pattern writing and enjoy her patterns. And as soon as I saw that she was doing this Winnie Top, I knew I wanted to knit it. It's a sleeveless top with a lace finishings, and it's a V-neck, which, you know, I love a V-neck, and it just drops off the shoulder. It's absolutely beautiful. She did hers in Cardiff Cashmere Classic, which is a light DK, and I am thinking, because I've done a bit of a stash dive for this, and this might not be what you would think of as a good yarn for summer, but I'm thinking that I am going to try knitting it in this, which is a fingering weight, so I'm going to have to hold it double, and it is 85% wool and 15% cashmere. Now, sometimes with Lily Kate's patterns, I have noticed that for myself, they do turn out rather large. Yeah, as I was saying, so her patterns sometimes are big on me when I choose the size I would normally go for. So what I am going to do in this occasion is I am going to do a size 3, because last time I think I did a size 4 in her pattern. So I will need 689 meters. So I think with this, I am going to be definitely playing. This wasn't the one I was playing yarn chicken with, actually. I think it's this one that I'm going to be playing yarn chicken with. I have 3 skeins of this, and it's 393 meters, but obviously I have to hold it double. I think, again, this is a top-down construction, so I should be okay. It'll just be an issue with the length, and I think I will get as many of the finishings done as I can, because I think with a lot of Lily Kate's lace ones, the lace is actually done separately, but it might be different in this pattern. I was just really thought that this bright colour would look lovely for it, because I've seen quite a few people doing them in bright colours. Anyways, what I think I might do is at the weekend, because I'm going to cast the vest on first, I might just have another look in my stash, because I know I've got at the back, and I didn't get quite to the boxes at the back when I was having a look. I have got some other yarns which might be suitable, because I really was hoping to just use something from stash. And I think that's all the knitting stuff that I wanted to tell you about. Last little thing just is that I've finally started on a new book, and it's this one, but I've only just started it, so I've no idea if I'm going to enjoy it or not. But I just thought I'd show you that. It's another one that I got when I was in Ambleside. And yeah, I think that's everything for this week. Hope you have a wonderful week and that you get plenty of crafting time and nice weather wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye.